No parent should ever have to bury their son or daughter. But I'll tell you what, those brave men and women in uniform, they have risked, some of them risked everything, risked their life and paid the ultimate price. And the Khan family has been through it. There's absolutely no question about that. If you remember, Khizr Khan, he spoke at the 2016 DNC. I want you to have a listen to him. Have a listen to this.
Go look at the graves of brave patriots who died defending United States of America. You will see all faiths, genders, and ethnicities. You have sacrificed nothing and no one.
Boy, is that a powerful moment, and that man right there, Khizr Khan, joins us right now on the line. Mr. Khan, thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you. Thank you for including me in this conversation.
Of course.
Absolutely, Mr. Khan.
Let me just start by saying this, Mr. Khan, and I'm going to say something you already know, but your son was obviously a hero who will never be forgotten. I am so sorry for the pain and suffering that your family has gone through. I want to say that because it's so important. What do you remember about that time back in 2016 where, you were all over the networks, Mr. Khan, and then you had Donald Trump attacking your wife, which I thought was utterly disgusting. What did you make of Donald Trump's comments back then, and does it still resonate with you and your family?
Yes, it does. We were not prepared for the limelight that came our way, but Captain Humayun Khan, our son, had given us a light and a candle to walk under in service of others. I'll share with you quickly. Every Christmas and Thanksgiving, we receive amazing amount of pictures and cards from the soldiers that were under his protection. They remember him, and they send us the pictures of their families and growing kids sitting together. And at the bottom of those pictures, they write every year without fail that this wouldn't be possible without the sacrifice of Captain Humayun Khan. And so that is what we are reminded. When we came back, we were, as you mentioned, attacked by Donald Trump and his friends. We received a call from Joe Biden. He was still vice president. He invited us to visit him. We went to say hello to him. He took us in the back office and introduced each and every member of his family in pictures on the mantle of his office, of the fireplace in his office. And then he did something that distinguishes, even today, it distinguishes the contrast of leadership. He placed one hand on my shoulder, other on Ghazala's shoulder, and said, folks, I know you're under difficulty, you're under attack, but you're my family.
Wow.
Remain strong. You're my family. I appreciate you. If there is anything I can do, reach out. Ghazala and I looked at each other. We felt so lightened from the burden that we were feeling because of the attack. We appreciated the empathy and the decency of Joe Biden at that time.
Exactly.
And that has remained in our hearts, and that is what this nation needs today.
Agree.
Empathy, decency.
I agree. I could not agree with you more, Mr. Khan, and I didn't know that happened. That's a really touching story to hear that Biden did that to you and your wife. I'm happy to hear that. I want to play you some audio, Mr. Khan, if I can. This was earlier this month on Fox Business. Donald Trump, in a sense, blaming him getting COVID on his meeting with Gold Star families. I want you to have a listen to this, and then I want you to respond to it.
And they'd come up and they'd tell me a story about my son, sir, was in Iraq or he was in Afghanistan. And, sir, he did this and he did that, and then he charged in order to save his friends. And, yes, sir, he was killed, but he saved his friends. He's so brave, sir. And they tell me these stories. And I can't say back up, stand 10 feet. I just can't do it.
So he's talking about meeting with these Gold Star families and not practicing social distancing, and in a way blaming Gold Star families for getting COVID. What do you make of that, Mr. Khan, when you hear that from the president right now?
My heart aches because of the lack of realization, lack of understanding, lack of appreciation of the commander-in-chief. Excluding ourselves, I'm not including myself in it or my family. Gold Star families are the most revered and respected families of this nation because what they have done, what their loved ones have done to protect our Constitution, to protect our country and our democracy. Country appreciates this meeting, this invitation in the White House of the Gold Star families was on 27th. I want your audience to hear this. It was on the 27th of September. 26th of September, Donald Trump had attended the nomination event where no precaution was taken.
Right.
And where all of his staff, altogether 28 of them were present, and they were all infected. How dare he blame the most respected Gold Star families of this nation? I was saddened, but I was not surprised. He is undeserving every moment. His disrespect to our service members, their families, is reflected in each and every step that he takes.
So, and I agree with you, Mr. Khan, 150%. What did you make of this Atlantic story that came out where there were sources that said that Donald Trump called the brave men and women in uniform, like your son who served, losers and suckers? What did you make of that?
This is not first time. This is his habit. This is his character. This is who he is. He did same thing at the passing of our hero, Captain Humayun Khan's hero, Senator McCain.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to the Arlington Cemetery to pay tribute in Section 60, where Captain Humayun Khan is buried, at the grave of General Kelly's son, who died in Afghanistan.
Right.
And he stands at the grave site and asks, what was for them in all of this? Meaning that in their sacrifice, what was for them? He cannot go beyond himself. He is not held accountable. He has never served. He does not realize what service is.
Right.
It is his character. It is who he is, and this nation is looking for decency, looking for end of this chaos that he has created.
No question.
Our adversaries are smiling and laughing at the chaos that he has created. They have placed bounties to harm our men and women serving in harm's way, and he had been mute. He had said nothing about that. Just imagine the anguish that military families feel when they hear this, that the bounties have been placed,
right?
Yet the current commander-in-chief has nothing to say about it.
And I also add to it, he's had multiple conversations with Vladimir Putin since that story came out, and he openly admitted that he's not even spoken to Putin or brought that up. Mr. Khan, this would be my last question for you. We have a couple minutes left. You've had the opportunity to get to know Joe Biden. Many have not. You have. Can you explain to us, for the people out there that might still be undecided, for the people out there that don't know Joe Biden personally, and maybe even the brave men and women in uniform that are considering reelecting Donald Trump, what would you say to them, and what would you say to the people out there that are still undecided? Tell us a little bit about Joe Biden.
Well, America is crying for end of this chaos that Donald Trump continues to create and has created. We are 220,000 deaths from COVID-19. We need to end this. We need to stop this. Talk to the scientific communities. Talk to the leaders of the scientific communities. They will tell you that we need to take precautions. We need to protect ourselves. We need to protect our families. And to your audience, I say, please be careful when you're out and about. Protect yourself.
Sure.
Listen to medical community. And we need to put an end to this. Joe Biden has the character. Joe Biden is the person, the kind of leader that will bring calm, that will bring wisdom, that will bring stability so that we can get out of this pandemic, the economic crises, the health crises. it is our opportunity to get out and vote the leader that deserves our vote and our leadership. To us, that had been Joe Biden.
Well said, Mr. Khan. Let me just say this. While I didn't know your son personally, I certainly get the sense that he would be very proud of his parents. What you and your wife have done in speaking out, and it's incredible to me. I have the utmost respect for your family. Like I said, your son will always be remembered as a hero to this nation. So people like me can be on the radio. It's because of people like your son. And every day I wake up in the morning, I don't forget that, sir. I'm sorry for the pain that your family has anguish that you guys have to go through every single day, but I certainly wish you and your wife the best wishes. And like I said, I have so much respect for your family, and it's not easy to go out in public and do what you and your wife are doing. And I just want to say thank you for the service of your son and what your family has had to go through. Thank you so much, Mr. Khan, and please keep up the good work, my friend, because your voice needs to be heard more, and I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being voice of our democracy, voice of our nation, voice of our country. Thank you.
You bet, Mr. Khan.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Khan.
It's truly an honor to have you on, sir. Thank you so much.